Welcome to the Lose Your Big Ass Stomach podcast. I'm your host, Jay Jackson, and my mission here is to help you get rid of that big ass stomach and take back control of your health so that you can look and feel your best by being the best version of yourself, mentally and physically, while destroying the mediocre agenda society is trying to brainwash you into, and breaking our families' generational curses of being unhealthy by being a healthy and fit role model. It's time to set a new standard. It's time to set a new standard of living. If you find the podcast helpful, be sure to hit that follow button because that helps us build a movement. Let's go. Back when I first started my in-person fitness training business, when I was, training people, just understanding how to train people, getting people results, I was the newbie in the game. I went through a lot of stress and adversity. I went through a lot of challenges, a lot of nobody believing in me having a lot of self-doubt. Even though I was excited, I still had some doubt. And when I'd have stressful days where, a client might stand me up, they might oversleep, and I had to wake up at 4:30 in the morning, and I'm like, damn, I done drove 30 minutes to come train you, but your ass sleep. You know what I'm saying? And all kind of stuff would happen, right? And I'd just be stressed out. And I would find myself using the outlets of, honey buns, ice cream. I'd just be binge eating on sugar, cereal. I mean, it got so bad, I wouldn't just eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I would eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch with some Fruity Pebbles. I just wanted to suppress the pain. Whatever it was, I just wanted to suppress the pain, whether it be anger, stress, being exhausted, feeling overwhelmed. Because there were points in my life where I'm like, damn, where my next client gonna come from? I don't know when I'm gonna get my next client, man. And so I would be anxious at times. So I would be eating a lot of sugar and a lot of junk food just out of being anxious. And even though, that was me in business, I know that a lot of y'all can relate to that too. You know what I'm saying? I know that a lot of times we all go through our shares of stress, our shares of anxiety, overwhelm. You know what I'm saying? And when this happens, what's your outlet? A lot of times people think it's just all about, oh yeah, I just need me a good workout plan, a good training routine, a good meal plan. I'm good to go. That's all I need. Well, what old boy say? What's his name? Mike Tyson. Everybody got a game plan till they get their ass hit in the mouth. And so a lot of times we all get hit in the mouth. And so that's stress. That's the anxiety that shows up. That's the day where you get sick and you thought everything was going to be good. You thought you were going to have a great day, but you got into a car accident. You thought you were going to have a great day, but then, somebody, a co-worker or your boss, they said something crazy to you. Now you're mad. Now you're anxious. Or you had to pay a bill that you wasn't expecting. You got a big old ass tax bill and that you wasn't expecting. You stressed. And so what's your outlet when these things happen? What's your outlet? Do you lean towards drinking a whole lot of alcohol? Do you lean towards binge eating on food? Do you lean towards eating a whole bunch of sugar, snacking on chips all day, eating Ben and Jerry's, thinking that it's just a couple of calories, but just one cup of Ben and Jerry's, y'all, is 1,000+ calories. Just one. So you eating all these things and doing all these different things, and these outlets can self-sabotage you. This is how some people, they go through like a slump in life and they look up, and once the slump over, they done gained 30, 50, 100+ pounds. They're like, damn, how this happened? I don't even recognize myself in the bathroom mirror no more. Man, who am I? What happened to my body? I used to look so much better than this. I used to be able to, wear clothes and feel comfortable in them. They used to fit great. But now, what happened? How did I get here? It was your outlets, man. You got to be aware of what your outlets are. And it's not to say that you're a bad person if you have bad outlets, but you got to be mindful and aware of what these outlets are, because if you're not mindful and aware of it, you go keep reliving it, and things will keep getting worse. I think that's one of the biggest issues about people. They think that, oh shit, I'm just maintaining. No, shit getting worse. You have to be intentional about wanting to get better. You have to be intentional about wanting to see improvement in your life. Whether it be in fitness, your relationships, business, you got to be intentional about it. The folks who just leave it up to chance, oh, what's going to happen, Well, what's going to happen probably going to end up being things getting worse. Because if you're not willing to make changes, then yeah, them outlets that you keep on falling back into is making your situation worse. We might not always see it physically when we look in the mirror. Some people do over time, but what's also going on the inside? What's also going on the inside is we become unhealthy. We become sick. We start to manifest issues like the high blood pressure, the erectile dysfunction, the sleep apnea. Like these things happen, but we can't see that. It's just manifesting inside of us because of the outlets, the bad outlets. And then that's not the only thing. The other internal thing that's manifesting is we start to feel bad about ourselves. We don't feel proud about, the person that we're becoming. We know that we could do better, but we're not doing better. You know you could do so much, but you're leaving, so much potential on the plate, but, you just sweep it up underneath the rug. You be like, man, I'll get to it next week. I'll start back working out next week. I'll get to it next year. I'm too busy. I'm too stressed. And shit get worse, man. And so you want to be mindful of these outlets. And I had to become mindful of it. It was in my early 20s. I was about 21, 22 years old. And I was like, man, if I stay on this track, man, it ain't no telling what might happen. Like I might, I don't even know if I could get like extremely obese, but guys, you don't have to be extremely overweight to get high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes. I hope y'all know that. It's people out here. It was a guy who told me, I think it was yesterday. He said one of his close buddies lost his foot to type 2 diabetes. It's very important that you start being aware of these things. And so I say all that to say, start changing your outlets. And that's what I did. When I would become stressed, when I would have anxiety, when I would be overwhelmed at times, and these things still come up. This is life. Life happens still. You know what I'm saying? And so I still get stressed. I still find myself overwhelmed and having anxiety at times. This happens. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're actually trying in life. When you're trying to do better, you're going to encounter these things. And so you got to say to yourself, if I want to continue to move up the ladder in life, whether it be in fitness, business, my relationships, whatever it is, you got to say, okay, well, I know I'm going to encounter these, life issues. Let me go ahead and find some different outlets. And one of the best outlets I've found is exercise. When I exercise, if I don't have no energy, I start moving, feel better. When I notice I don't have no energy, and I'm always having brain fog or something, I start back thinking, I'm like, okay, what have I been eating the past couple of days? Have I been eating out too much? And have I been drinking too much sugar? You know what I'm saying? I like drinking sodas. You know what I'm saying? But I don't do it all the time. But if I drink and eat bullshit a little too frequently, then I know it. And then I can I can say, okay, well, let me exercise. But also, instead of eating junk food, let me eat some yogurt or something. Something that actually, it tastes sweet. Like, that's the crazy part about losing weight now. Like, they make proteins and yogurts taste like it's a treat. Like, I could put whey protein and some yogurt together, and man, it tastes like pudding. I'm like, damn, this shit tastes. It tastes like it's not even supposed to be healthy, but it is. You see what I'm saying? And so I have different outlets now. Sleep is an outlet for me. Whenever I'm stressed, I'm overwhelmed, I'm like, I need to take a step back. Let me go to sleep. Different outlets. And so you got to figure out what those outlets are going to be for you. I know 100% exercise should be an outlet for every single one of y'all because it's going to esteem you. Like, there's never been one time I done went to the gym and I'm hitting them weights and I walk up out of that bad boy, don't feel pumped up, I don't feel empowered. I'm feeling good every time. Life might not be great and perfect when I walk out the gym, but I feel a whole lot better. I have a whole lot more energy. I have a whole lot more just, let's go get it done. You know what I'm saying? And so I wanted to make this podcast just to give y'all some game on, and just make you aware that we all have these outlets in life, right? You can either choose the outlets of self-sabotage, the alcohol, the abusing food. Yeah, people do have food addictions, sugar addictions, and sex addictions, all kind of stuff. So you got to be aware of what these negative, toxic outlets are, and you got to start becoming intentional about changing these things. Because if you don't, things can get worse, man. And for a lot of times, for a lot of people, things do get worse if they don't make changes. So with that said, It don't have to be you. You can always make a change in an instant with just making the decision to want to change. And so with that said, if you found this podcast helpful, be sure to subscribe to the channel and also leave your boy a 5-star review, man. We growing the movement over here. All right. I see y'all on the next one. Let's go.